And we welcome you back to Big Board Sports. As always, on the Monday show, we talk Albany men's lacrosse, nationally ranked and rolling through this season. Another win on Saturday at home, scoring 21 goals in a 21-11 win over UMass Lowell. That's 6 straight now for Scott Marr's Great Danes, and he joins us here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Raj. How you doing, guys?
I'm good, man. And wow, 20. Now you keep up in the total here. Now you got 21 goals, and that was after getting off to a slow start.
Yeah, we only had 2 in the first quarter, and then we had 16 in the next 2 quarters. So, yeah, we picked it up a little bit, and we had some opportunities in the first quarter. We just didn't bury the ball. But, again, it's just mentally for us keeping in this game here, being prepared to play UMass Lowell, to play Canisius during the week, 2 teams that are a little bit lower in the rankings and stuff, so we got to mentally be ready to go. And I didn't think we were real sharp in the first quarter, but after the first quarter, we picked it up and started playing well.
Yeah, I guess that always is the challenge, right? When you start dominating, and then your guys think, hey, we're pretty darn good, and here we are nationally ranked, and then going up against a team that's not ranked as high as you. I take it game in and game out, that's not that easy to get your guys mentally ready to go from the start.
No, exactly, and we do talk, every game about, that respect is circular, that we got to give respect to our opponents, so we get it as well, and it's something that we've really stressed this year, and it's, again, we didn't disrespect them, we just didn't bury some shots early. I think we could have had probably 4 or 5 goals in the first quarter if we had shot a little better, but again, we stuck to our game plan. We kept playing, played hard, played fast, and eventually things started to open up for us. And once we started to get going and put up a couple in there in the beginning of the second quarter, we started to roll pretty good. And Connor really took over, had a great day, and 8 goals and 1 assist. But thought he could have had 4 or 5 assists if we could have buried the ball for him a couple of times. But again, just a good overall effort. 18-6 at the end of 3 quarters, and then we started to sub. And the last 2 games here, Canisius on Tuesday, 20-11, and these guys 21-11. Again, I think we gave up some numbers that we didn't want to give up, but 18-6 going into the fourth quarter, and everybody got a chance to play. It's 2 games in a row where everybody got a chance to get in the game, and it's always nice when your bench can get in the game and contribute on game day, and so we just got to tighten up a little bit in the fourth quarter. But again, it was nice to get everybody in the game and keep everybody happy.
You brought up Connor Fields. He had the 8 goals, but I'm looking at stats here that tell me he has 30 goals and 23 assists through 7 games. That's an incredible pace that he's on right now.
Yeah, there's no question. I don't care who you're playing, when you're playing, where you're playing. You're putting up 7-8 points a game. You're doing a lot of things well, and not just Connor, but guys around him. Again, the guys are putting the ball in the goal for him. And Saturday just happened to be a day where he had opportunities to score, and he must have shot, I think, 8 for maybe 11 or 12 or something like that. So his shooting percentage was great, and again, he took advantage of the opportunities given to him, and he's doing a great job. He's doing a real good quarterback for us and being a good leader. And again, you just don't know what he's going to do, though. He can shoot and pass, so he gets himself in positions where defenses have to respect him, by coming to him. And then when they do come to him, he's able to get away from double teams and then move the ball. And so he's doing a really good job of being a quarterback for our offense. And again, 7.5 points a game is a pretty good clip to be on him. And that's he's looking at Lyle Thompson type numbers right there, right so far. So it's obviously a positive for us, and we just got to hopefully keep going.
Yeah, because what's the single game record? 9, and that's the Thompson boys.
Yeah, Miles and Lyle both had 9, I think, at different times. 9 goals. But at the end of the third quarter, Connor scores a goal, I think, late in the third quarter and gets hit from behind and kind of gets his ankle. At a time in the game there, we take him out. Doesn't matter how many points he has. It was the right time to take him out of the game and give some other guys an opportunity to play. And again, we don't, we never look at running up the score or anything like that on anybody. So again, we've got some other guys in the game and gave him a rest and got him out of the game.
As the coach, do you know at any point in time, does anybody say anything to you, Scott? Hey, Connor has 8. He only needs 1 more to get to to tie the record, 2 to break it. Do you ever know these things during the course of a game?
No, had no idea. I don't look at halftime stats. I don't. The game's only half hour. They give us stats at halftime, but I never look at them just because it's only 30 minutes of the game. So. And regardless, it didn't matter. At that point, it was the right time for him to come out of the game. And again, we're up 18-6. There's no reason to leave him in the game. And unfortunately, a couple years ago, we in this UMass Lowell game in a 25-0 game, we lost our face-off hit in Connor Russell, and at that time Connor was averaging about 65%. And we had the ball quite a bit, and then he ended up tearing his ACL in a game that obviously wasn't very competitive, and you hate to see that happen where you lose somebody to injury in a game that is a stretch for the other team. So.
Scotty, hang on. You said you don't look at halftime stats. I don't know that I've ever heard of a coach in any sport not look at halftime stats, because it would at least kind of give you an indication of trends or maybe some things you would want to adjust. I find that really interesting.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't mean anything. We were watching the game. I'm paying attention. I know I know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. To look at numbers and see who's got goals and assists, or maybe the only statistic that we might want to take a look at is maybe just face-offs and how we're doing face-off wise. But our Mike, Connor Russell actually is our face-off coach right now as an undergrad. He keeps that stat on the sideline, so we know where we're at as far as how many we won and lost. And so other than that, it's like I said, it really doesn't make much sense to me to look at something halfway through a game.
Coach, one more, and that is the week ahead at Harvard Wednesday, at Stony Brook on Saturday.
Yeah, big week. Harvard is a team. The record doesn't reflect it. Like a lot of these teams we're playing. I mean, they're quality clubs. They have good players. They have good schemes and good athletic kids. Just their record just doesn't show it. But at any given day, they can show up and play well. So we certainly have to be prepared. But going to Harvard, a day trip, is a 3-hour ride. So we got to be ready to get off that bus and be ready to play. And then we head right down to Stony Brook on Saturday, and that's obviously a huge rivalry for us in our conference. And playing down there on a Saturday night is always a lot of fun. We get a great crowd. We have a lot of alums and a lot of people down there from Long Island, so it's always a great atmosphere. So, big week for us, though. We certainly want to be 2-0 at the end of the week here, but it starts Wednesday with Harvard.
Scott, a great start. Obviously now ripping off 6 in a row, and the only loss is to that opening loss at Syracuse. Congrats on the start. We'll talk to you this time next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
Okay,
Scott Marr every Monday morning right here on Big Board Sports.